Hey guys, Omni here. We are back for episode 3 of Loki. Last week's episode blew most of my predictions on how this show was going to be structured out of the water. I really thought that this whole destruction of the timeline, this fracturing of the realities, this creation of the multiverse would be something that would have been held off on to maybe the back end of the season, like episode 5 even, maybe even the finale of it. But no, at the end of episode 2, we have this Lady Loki, Sylvie, whatever you want to call her, bombing the timeline, sending it into chaos, sending the TVA into chaos. And of course, at the end of it, our Loki following suit after her through that time door, leaving Mobius and his team behind in the wake of this apocalypse happening while the TVA is scattered, trying to figure out what to do as these branches are just breaking and forming at different points in the timeline all over time. So many. I wonder, we don't even know how many bombs were sent back to create these variations, these branches. Do they even have the means to stop them? Do they at all? I don't know. Which is it was also sad because I don't know where Loki stands right now. I think he's on the precipice of really kind of siding with them. And I think maybe while I do think he is his goal is to take over the TVA or overthrow the Timekeepers or something like that. But also we can tell he's building a kinship with Mobius, and Mobius is reciprocating that, it seems like. I really like seeing them working together, them working this case together, them researching together, testing theories together. I really like their entire back and forth throughout that entire episode. Again, us peeling back the layers of this Loki a little bit more, while we also kind of peel back some of the layers of Mobius. We learned that Renslayer has a side agent that Mobius doesn't know about. So who's that? Some of us seem to be thinking it might be a variant Mobius or somebody else. Who knows? And then we also have the theory that maybe all the TVA maybe even be ran by variants. That'd be an interesting little twist. But there's a lot of things that get called into question at the end of this episode. Where are we going from here? Is Lady Loki actually Loki? I mean, she's credited to Sylvie and some of the other languages, and there's a recent prop release that also says this an official, authentic replica of her crown, and it's listed as Sylvie's crown. So but they're able to identify it as a Loki variant, but Sylvie is Enchantress. Is this Loki's soul in Enchantress's body, or vice versa? Or is the TVA just reading it wrong? I've got a lot of questions when it comes to that, and I hope we get some answers in this upcoming episode. But guys, we're going to go ahead and dive into this. Remember, the full-length unedited reaction watch-alongs over on Patreon, or if you become a member on the channel, gets you access to that as well. Condensing these long-ass episodes down into 10 minutes, I do end up cutting some bits, and some people have been upset about some of the things I didn't leave in. And I try to keep the best reactions in there, but unfortunately, there are sometimes I just have to leave shit out. But if you're interested in that all, it's over there. Just help support the channel. If you want to check those out, got not just Loki, but WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, all the DC stuff I've been covering, Invincible, a couple movies here and there. I'm trying to add more to it every chance I get, guys, so to make it worth your while. But that all being said, guys, if you don't want to check that out, support the channel by subscribing, liking, commenting, all that jazz. Help get the views on it, and that'll help me out as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive into this week's episode. Here we go.
We could do potato skins or buffalo fingers.
Or we could eat somewhere else.
Why do you hate this place?
I don't hate it, I fear it.
Well, the drinks.
That's that TVA agent, and that's Sylvie, Lady Loki.
Oh God. Brain freeze.
You know what brain freeze is, don't you?
Here we go.
So it permeates the roof of your mouth and freezes the synapses in your brain, so your memories are literally frozen in place. Whatever you're thinking about will get frozen in place. I'm going to ask you a question, and you won't be able to tell me the answer until your synapses have melted.
Challenge accepted. Okay, ask.
How many people are guarding the Timekeepers?
I'm sorry, what?
How long have we been best friends?
Too long.
Seriously though, you know right?
Of course.
So why won't you tell me how many people are guarding the Timekeepers?
Oh, well, there's... This place, I remember, I know this place.
Oh, she is
But I don't know.
looping her.
It's okay. You're just tired.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
I'm probably just tired.
Oh.
How do I find the elevators?
They're gold.
All right. Where's ours? Oh. Her powers flickered for a second, but guess she found out they don't work here real quick. It's a good thing she could beat some ass, goddamn. Ooh. No, no, hold on to that. Why would you get rid of that? You don't have your powers. Take that.
Few questions.
Have you really got nothing else better to do?
Rude.
You're in my way.
You are my way.
Come any closer and I'll kill him.
Go for it.
Yeah, using him as a bargaining chip is not a good idea. They don't give two shits about him. Ooh. Oh, oh damn.
It's not working.
You charge it. Oh, their powers work here. Where are they?
Just give it back to me. You don't even know how to recharge it.
Of course I do. Not the only tech savvy Loki.
So you're just fully a magician then?
Fine. For my next trick, I'll make you disappear. Is that one of your powers?
Where did you send us?
Yeah, what the fuck? Where are... Okay, so they're not... Okay. Lamentis 1, 2077.
You idiot! This is Lamentis 1!
I don't know what that means!
Of all of the apocalypses saved on that temp, this is the worst! Go
Ah.
off here! Watch out! There!
Is there a team now?
Oh, God, no!
What are you doing?
She's trying to read him. She can't. Enchant.
It won't work.
Enchantress. Okay.
Why? Because you're a magician.
No, because my mind is too strong. If we can't get that temp pad turned back
Where do you have it hidden?
in my heart.
Well, then I'll cut it out.
Nice. Very droll. Lovely. Where are you going?
There's power somewhere on this moon. We just need enough of it to travel through interdimensional time and space.
So I'm guessing that this is that place that we thought was Vormir from the trailer. Because it's got the same tint and tone to it.
Slow down. Variant.
Don't call me variant.
I'm sorry about not calling some faded photocopy of me, Loki.
Good, because that's not who I am anymore. I'm
Anymore.
Oh, you changed your name. Brilliant.
It's called an alias.
What's what
Hmm.
like?
Yeah?
Okay.
What exactly makes a Loki a Loki?
Independence.
So this Enchantress is a Loki variant.
So naturally you went to work for the boring oppressive.
So it is both, kind of, but not in the way I thought.
It's been a long time. You're as beautiful as I.
Patrice never said a thing that nice in 30 years. You're no travelers. You're devils.
We're doing this one my way. Have a look.
Like someone with a shit plan.
It's a great plan. Just follow my lead. Take taking this one to Sharu.
Okay. And the tickets?
Orders come from the top to get her on this train.
Sir, this...
Okay.
A little bit of a 1-2 combo there.
I'm not going to waste my time rooting around for the tempad when someone taught you fairly decent magic.
My mother.
What was she like?
She was, a queen of Asgard. She was good. Purely decent.
Are you sure she was your mother?
No, she's not actually. I was adopted. Is that a bit of a spoiler for you? Sorry about that.
No, I knew I was adopted.
What? They told you?
Yeah. Did they not tell you?
No. I mean, they did eventually. Hang on a second. So, tell me about your mother.
I barely remember her.
You know, when I was young, she'd do these little bits of magic for me, and it all seemed impossible. But she told me that one day I'd be able to do it too, because I could do anything. You want to see?
Not bad.
She was the kind of person you want to believe in you.
Sounds like she does.
Where'd you learn to do the
I taught
whatever it is?
myself.
You taught yourself that magic?
Yeah, I did.
What did you just go into their minds and project some sort of illusion?
Really, it'd be easier if I just
Enchanted me and make you give you the tempat so you can leap out of the moving train. No, thank you.
I don't ask.
Okay.
Champagne?
Ah, yes, thank you very much.
No, I'm good, thanks.
Oh, I'll take hers. Cheers. To the end of the world. Is there a lucky bow waiting for you at the end of this crusade?
Yeah, there is actually.
Oh.
Managed to maintain quite a serious long-distance relationship with a postman whilst running across time from one apocalypse to another.
And with charm like that, who could resist you?
Well, people.
Postman
are
from
quite good in the face of
WandaVision? That would be
certain
funny.
people. How about you? You're a prince. Must have been would-be princesses, or perhaps another prince.
Nothing ever...
Real. Love is mischief, then.
No, something I might have to have another drink to think about.
When she sings, she sings, come home. When she sings, she sings, come home. Men try to dance to the box and the dancer. Now sing and sing and come here. Men try to dance to the box and the dancer. When she sings, she sings, come home. Another!
Unlike that. A little callback.
Love is a dagger. It's a weapon to be wielded far away or up close. You can see yourself in it. It's beautiful until it makes you bleed, but ultimately when you reach for it.
It isn't real. Love is an imaginary dagger.
It doesn't make sense, does it?
No, terrible metaphor.
I thought I had something there.
Can I see your tickets?
You again. Here they are. Oops.
There is a simple explanation. Hey. Huh?
Oh, nice. Oh.
Wow, I did take quite the tumble.
You arsehole. You killed us!
Maybe we can fix it, okay?
You're not a serious man.
You're right.
What about the Ark?
The Ark never leaves because it's destroyed.
Never had us on it.
Are they going to
We'll
change
hijack
time?
the Ark and make sure it gets off this moon.
I mean, sounds like a good idea to me.
They're going to prevent an apocalypse.
That young soldier from the TVA, her mind was messed up, everything clouded. had to pull a memory from hundreds of years prior, before she even fought for them.
What?
Before she fought for them.
Before she joined the TVA?
Yeah, she was just a regular person on Earth.
A regular person?
Loved
A
margaritas.
variant. She was a variant. They are
Everyone who
variants.
works at the TVA was created by the Timekeepers.
That's ridiculous. They're all variants, just like us.
They don't know that.
Oh, shit. Oh my god. That's such a good casual reveal there.
Do we trust each other?
We do.
Love the design of the city. Whoa. Oh no. Oh wow, that's where we're ending. Anything? Nope. Wow, man, that was intense. So, at least by her own words, she is a Loki, but she doesn't want to be known as a Loki. I guess once she found out she's a variant, she wants to stand out from that identity. That's going to be my best guess. I mean, she did explain she's got a different life. She didn't have her mother. She learned magic on her own. So, like, there's differences. But I don't know. I guess in her own way, she stood out. Because like she said, Sylvie's just an alias. She does enchant. That's her thing, is enchanting people. So in effect, she is and isn't our classical sense of enchantress. So she is enchantress, but she is also a Loki. Which is interesting. This was a lot of fun. I like seeing their banter, their back and forth. We didn't see Mobius at all in this episode. We saw Renslayer for a second. We saw her going into the TVA to try and do whatever she's going to do. We still don't know exactly what she herself is trying to do, like what her mission is. She does seem to have, she figured out on her own, though, about the TVA and all of their employees are variants being kept around and employed for this purpose of killing and containing other variants. So what's she unraveling? Is it just the existence of the TVA? Is she trying to free? Well, she's obviously not trying to free the variants because she has no qualms about killing them because she erased quite a few when she went in there. But she's trying to get to the Timekeepers to destroy them, is my best guess. Just that whole scene of her like digging through that one TVA soldier's mind was really cool, really interesting, really devious. Just find out that they had lives before this, and then they were not pruned but recruited. And in a way, that's exactly what they did with the Loki here, when they try to bring him onto their side. And so at least Loki knows that or at least what he knows so far is that these variants working for the TVA don't know that they're variants. So I'm wondering how that's going to come into play. Like, how's that going to change Mobius's view of the TVA if he finds that out? How will it really change any of their views? Like, does Renslayer even know if she's a variant or is she an original? Don't know. What about the TVA agents that are just like, yeah, fuck variants? Like that one that was in charge of like the squadrons or whatever. I forget her name. Like, she's definitely anti-variant, like very. And I wonder how that'll change things if like the agents themselves learn the truth. Like, how is that suppressed from them too? Is what I want to know. Maybe they've been with the TVA so long it's just kind of weeded out of them. I don't know. Got a lot of questions. Now, they ended up on this planet. They don't have I think at this point, they just kind of got to rely on the TVA to show up to save them at this point. Just like show up and capture them here. I don't know how else they're getting off of this planet right now. Like, the whole thing was getting to this arc. And then, again, they're initially trying to use its power supply and in fact dooming the people that were on it to recharge their temp pad. Then that got destroyed. And then they were like, well, what if we save them? Which would have been an interesting turn of events. Now that the TVA are distracted and are vulnerable, they could change events and further this branch timeline by preventing that apocalypse, all these deaths. But they weren't able to do that either. So it's really, man, they really got it put to them in this episode. Again, I think their chemistry, like Sophie DiMartino did a fantastic job bouncing off of Tom Hiddleston. That I like seeing them interact, banter, this reluctant relationship. I like it's kind of like it's almost like a buddy cop thing, and like a lot of these. So you get the loose cannon, the one that's just loosey goosey, and then the one that's just taking it way too seriously. And I always like those kinds of dynamics. You know, the straight faced, like gritty one, and then the one that's just like chilling through life. You know, it's just like Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. You know, it's kind of, I like that dynamic, and I think they kind of had that for a while. And then she's just like baffled by all of his non-planning, because he just kind of comes up with these ideas off of the cuff. Them learning about each other's powers, them kind of reminiscing about their individual pasts, the way they each kind of approach things differently. There's definitely a really strong chemistry between these two as they're trying to like figure things out. And I'm wondering, like, where is this going to go in the end? Like, are we going to have like a full team of Lokis by the end of it? Because they did kind of tease that there's 5 variants, 5 things. We see a couple different Lokis. What if they recruit other Loki variants for their mission going forward? That would be pretty funny. That'd be pretty cool. Team Loki, literally. So I'm wondering how a lot of people are feeling about the Enchantress thing, because people were really digging down with this. Like, nah, things say it's Sylvie, things say it's Enchantress or whatever. It's definitely Enchantress. She's not a Lady Loki, but I was like, TVA can distinguish variants. They can distinguish that as a Loki. She admits that she's a Loki. She just doesn't want to be called Loki. So my best interpretation of this, at least right now, is that the MCU version of Enchantress is a variant Loki from another timeline, and she's just, once she learned that she is just another one of many, wants to have her own identity. So she creates this alias of Sylvie that will become the Enchantress to stand out from any other Lokis. So that's my guess. That's where I kind of stand on this one. But I'm curious to see how this evolves from here. A very focused, a very self-contained episode focusing on one story, really just the entire beginning to the end, where Loki went after he went through that door and where they are currently. So I'm excited to see and go back. I want to see how things are at the TVA. That's what I was kind of expecting us to see in this episode, was us transitioning back and forth from, you know, Loki and Lady Loki were doing, or Sylvie, I'm going to call her Sylvie from this point, what Loki and Sylvie were doing. Meanwhile, what was kind of cutting between them, like we had been doing up until this point, but no, there was like, nope, we're going to keep that for later. We're going to keep the juicy stuff for later. We're going to get to simmer and marinate in this dynamic, this relationship, this tie, this plan with these two for a little bit, and we'll keep the consequences of their actions. A nugget we'll touch on here in a little bit. But this was a fun episode, shortest one we got so far out of the 3 that we've been introduced to. We got 3 episodes to go before we are done with Loki, and they said that we're going to be getting a season 2 of this, so just leaves me curious as hell about how this is going to end. But guys, what did you think of this episode? I really don't know what else to talk about, to be honest. I really don't. So I'm going to pass this off to you guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video, guys. Remember, the full-length unedited reaction watch-alongs over on Patreon, or if you become a member here on the YouTube channel itself, gets you access to this as well. Before we go, huge shout-out to our current channel legends, Made to Share It, Ryan, Karen, and Jason Coleman. Thank you guys so much for your support. I hope you like this. If you did, subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. We got Discord open, so you can come join, share your theories, talk about this, other shows, movies, things you love. Come hang out. Links to that and all my other socials are down in the description of the video. Hope to see you there. If not, I will see you guys in the next episode of Loki. Take care, everybody.